here in just a minute. We're going to send out the push alert. So if you give me just 1 second, we're going to talk about these storms. And while we are underneath the severe limit right now, these storms are starting to come together. We're starting to see a cluster of storms start to populate, and they've been mainly through northwest Arkansas for most of the day, but now we're starting to see those storms continue to push further down south and into the river valley, which a lot of people were asking earlier when those storms were in northwest Arkansas, what's Fort Smith looking like? When are we going to get some rain in Fort Smith? And finally, late this evening, we're starting to get some rain moving into the river valley, and Fort Smith specifically is starting to get some rain heading into tonight. We'll continue to see the heavy rain, possibly some thunderstorms, but right now we're underneath that severe limit, and we're going to remain hopefully that way. Outside of some heavy wind, we could see a few pop-up thunderstorms here and there. But for right now, again, we're just remaining underneath those severe limits. So the push alert has been sent out. So now we're going to talk about what this system has been doing the whole night. So again, we saw several hours ago that severe thunderstorm warning for Washington and Madison counties. Now that rain is starting to come together. Taking a closer look right now, it's finally starting to get closer to, you see Fort Smith there, finally getting some showers right now. That heavy stuff is just around Almo right now, right across that I-40 corridor right there, and it will continue to push further down south into the river the rest of the night. Earlier on in the evening, we saw those scattered showers just very isolated across northwest Arkansas. Now we're getting a very definite line starting to move into the river valley. So you see how far this line stretches. I mean, it's stretching across the whole state right now, and we're getting some pretty heavy storms through southern Missouri and southern Illinois into Kentucky. So we're right at the tail end right now of this rain, but any rainfall that we can get right now, again, like we've been talking about all week, is a huge plus for us. We're going to need this rainfall, especially as we're heading into a week where we could potentially see the warmest week of the summer so far. Now, I know that sounds surprising because we've had significant heat all summer long. It's been the warmest summer in several years. Well, this week is going to top it all as we're seeing those actual temperatures well above 100 degrees for most of the week coming up. So again, we need this rain right now, especially because of how our drought monitor is looking. First, we're going to pull up the severe risk for tonight. Again, we just are underneath the level 1 severe risk for tonight. Again, we could see some heavy wind, maybe some small hail. We saw about pea-sized hail in some areas south of Boston. Saw some pea-sized hail earlier on, but again, we're seeing some heavy wind as well. I know I've seen some storm reports tonight as those isolated storms are pushing across northwest Arkansas that they as well saw some down tree limbs. We got some power outages as well. And these storms are carrying some significant wind behind them. I mean, we saw up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts earlier. And now that these storms are starting to form together in a definite line, again, we could see some high winds throughout the rest of the night tonight. Now, again, these winds are going to be, right at that 60-mile-an-hour line right there. And now it's starting to get a definite line. We could see those winds pick up just a bit. So let's take a look at that drought monitor again. The whole state was put underneath those abnormally dry conditions as we haven't seen rainfall in several weeks that was measurable. So now that we're starting to get some measurable rain, that's going to help out by the next time we get into that next drought report. But again, we're heading into a week where all that moisture that we're seeing tonight, it's going to dry right back up because we're seeing those actual temperatures above 100 degrees pretty much Monday through Friday. So it's going to be a warm week ahead. Let's take a look at those heat index values expected for this week. Again, we're starting off, cooler. We're not really that cool. It's still going to feel like 100 degrees outside, but that's been the normal for us the past several weeks. We're going to get warmer heading into Monday, and that jump from Monday to Tuesday, that's when we cross over into that dangerous zone. We're going to see extremely dangerous temperatures from Tuesday for most of the week, especially in the River Valley where we're seeing those actual temperatures around 105 to 110 possibly. Those heat index values, we usually add about 10 to 15 degrees to that, especially with this heat going on right now. So again, we could see some dangerous heat index values as we head out into the start of our work week. So again, that's why this rain tonight is so crucial, so that we can start off the week a little bit cooler. It's still going to be warm outside, but also to help out that drought monitor. So let's take a look again at radar right now. Again, we're seeing nothing above the severe limits right now. No severe thunderstorm warnings, no severe thunderstorm watch. We do have a severe thunderstorm warnings further out into closer to Jonesboro. But for here, back home, we're seeing just some scattered showers tonight. A lot of thunder involved in this, a lot of heavy winds like we've talked about. The best news of all, though, is that heavy rain. So let's get a closer look here at some areas that are seeing some of the heavy rain. Again, we're seeing some heavy rain moving into Fort Smith, Van Buren. We're seeing starting to move into Sebastian County, and where we saw that fire, that big fire just a couple weeks ago, we're starting to see some rain starting to move into the Fort Chaffee area. So finally, some rain across the River Valley. Even Greenwood is seeing a little pop-up storm right there. We're not seeing a ton of lightning cores involved in this. Usually we'll get that little lightning icon involved in that as well. We're seeing some lightning across Mountainburg right now, and moving into Ozarks, going to see some heavy rain tonight. Clarksville will eventually see some rain tonight. Paris will eventually see some rain tonight. Again, this is all going to continue to line up. We're going to get that definite line right across. You can see it starting to come together right now. I'm actually going to stop this right as it gets to that 11:05 mark where we're at right now. Again, you see that very definite line right there. That's that line that's starting to come together. It's no longer these isolated thunderstorms anymore, and we're going to see this strong line continue to push through. And again, below the severe limit. Really, what we're updating you about is the fact that finally, after several weeks of these dry conditions, that we saw the drought monitor come out, and we saw that how dry the whole state was. Finally, the relief has come tonight. We're starting to see some good, heavy rainfall across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. So it's going to be warm this upcoming week. We're going to see a lot of this moisture dry on out, but I know a lot of you have not seen some rainfall in several weeks. So this is a welcome sign for a lot of people. And this rain is going to help out when we head into a warm week this upcoming week. So we're going to continue to update you if we do get above that severe limit again sometime tonight. But right now, we're not seeing anything above that severe limit. Just finally some good heavy rainfall now moving out of northwest Arkansas and into the rest of the River Valley for tonight. We'll continue to update you if we have anything else tonight, but for right now, we're going to say goodbye and enjoy the rainfall for the rest of the night tonight.